Hello, hello, everyone. We are so excited to be here today. My name is Aeriol Ascher, and today I am going to be here for the Awakened Leaders book talk. I have three fabulous authors today with me. I have the fabulous Robyn, Dr. Beth, and Diana Pohle here today. We are going to hear from each of those authors today about our upcoming book. Now, I wanted to tell you about this upcoming book. It's coming up April 20th, 2022. It's right around the corner. We are so excited to be bringing this book entitled Awakened Leaders, Empowering Stories of Self-Healing, Triumph, and Transformation to you. Coming soon. Can you believe it? April 20th is right around the corner. Now, I'd like for everybody to lean in. Every week, every month, these fabulous authors have been gathering together in a singular mission. And I'd like to read that mission and purpose of our book project to you now. The purpose of this book project is to raise the consciousness of the planet by empowering as many people as possible. By stepping forward as awakened leaders, we offer hope, inspiration, and guidance to others as we evolve into a more enlightened way of being and a more purposeful way of living. By sharing our empowering stories of self-healing, triumph, and transformation, we hope to inspire others to live to their highest potential. It's our belief that by co-creating our project as a collective, that we can reach and empower the most people on the planet, and by doing so, help them raise the consciousness of the planet. Now, without further ado, I would love to introduce everybody to these fabulous authors. Robyn, how are you doing today?
I am super fantastic. How are you?
I am just awesome. I'm really excited to get started today. You're going to be the first up, and I'll introduce you in just a moment, but I just wanted to tell everybody who's going to be here. How about Dr. Beth Halbert? Are you in the house? Hey, Dr. Beth, how's it going today?
You're muted.
Oops, we can't hear you, Dr. Beth. Make sure you push unmute. Let me unmute you.
Thank you so much, Aeriol. I am so glad to be here.
Awesome, awesome. We are so happy to have you here today. I swear that our audience is in for a real treat. And last but not least, Diana, how are you doing today?
Hi, Aeriol. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. Really excited to be here with all of you.
Fantastic. Well, let me tell everybody what we have in store. We're going to start with Robyn, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her chapter in Awakened Leaders and what the audience can expect to find from her chapter. Then we'll hear from the fabulous Dr. Beth Halbert, and then, of course, we'll hear from Diana. We will be reconvening in our configuration in between each of the speaking segments today, ladies, so that we can support each other and hear some feedback from our group. Now, we want anybody who's watching the live stream to know that you can also send us some comments. We want to hear from you. You can put comments on our YouTube station, and also on any of the Facebook groups that we're streaming in at the moment. So be sure you do that. Okay, now ladies, I'm gonna get ready for our first speaker here.
That's me.
All right. Well, first of all, Robyn, I just want to say thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Robyn Carpenter, and she is just absolutely amazing. I've known her, I don't know how many years I've known you now, Robyn. It's been quite a while.
It's been a few.
Maybe between 5 and 10 years, I think.
Okay.
And our paths seem to cross every once in a while. And It's so fun to watch you online. You have this huge, vivacious personality, and you're up to absolutely everything wonderful. I love what you've got going on with your coaching. I love what you've got going on with your books and the things that you're cultivating. I love all of the work that you do with crystals and stones. And I know that the audience is just going to be leaning into your chapter and wanting to hear more from you. So, Robyn, without further
Thank you.
ado, I'm going to just hand it over to you. You have 10 minutes, so please just take your time, just unpack your adjectives and let the audience know what your chapter is about and what they can expect from your portion of the Awakened Leaders project. Thanks, Robyn.
Thank you, Ms. Aeriol. I am so grateful to be here. Hello, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. I am Robyn Vie-Carpenter Briscoe. I'm your favorite spiritual life coach, and I am thrilled to be here with this group of dynamic leaders. It is this magnificent experience that we've been going through together as we've been putting this book project together, and I am simply filled with gratitude to be part of it. So we are awakened leaders, and you know what's really funny about that? The title of the book reminded me a lot of the title of my, what about my chapter, because my chapter is a story that I've never told before. And actually, I don't even think Aeriol knows that, but it is the story of what happened to me and how I became this person that you see before me. It is the beginning. And I've never really shared it with everyone in public because I was dealing with a lot of, judgment, and I had to work my way through a lot of forgiveness for myself and others. And I had to allow the story to be my own without it um without me being worried about how it was going to affect other people. And so that's kind of all of our stories, right? We always have to step into our empowered self, and in order to do that we have to awaken. Yes. And so when I decided to start telling my story, it was when Aeriol invited me to do this, it was because I finally decided that this was the year that I was going to tell the story of how I was becoming the goddess of joy. And that is what happened. That is the title of my chapter, Becoming the Goddess of Joy. Goddess of Joy is if you look for me anywhere, that's what how you'll find me. I am Goddess of Joy on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, and you can just find me if you look up Goddess of Joy. And what was funny about that was when I first chose that as my Twitter handle, I went on social media. It's been 11 years ago, and decided that I needed to choose a Twitter handle that was going to be indicative of the voice that I wanted to bring to the world. And I chose Goddess of Joy. And then my friend said to me, "Isn't that a little self-aggrandizing, calling yourself a goddess?" Yes, and this is a dear friend of mine. I still have much love for her, and she helped me learn a lot about myself by asking that question. However, it felt a little rough when she said it. Um, Instead of saying, "Yes, you are the goddess of joy," she's like, "Really? You're gonna call yourself a goddess?" And I was like, "Wow." And it stuck with me for years. years, I was like a little worried that really, should I be saying this? Really, should I keep saying this about myself? And yet I never changed it. I think I never changed it because, I really believe that I may not have known myself as the goddess of joy right away. However, I know that it is exactly what I've chosen to embody over these last 11 years. And it is exactly what I hope that people experience of me in the when they do experience me. However, interestingly enough, the journey to becoming the goddess of joy was not an easy one. And that's generally like all of our stories, right? We have the those kind of dark night of the soul moments when we have to decide what is ours to do and who we are to be in the world. And the thing about that is, you get to be anything you want to be as long as you've decided that you're going to be it. And although people don't really know what to do with that kind of information, one of my favorite quotes of all time is a Howard Thurman quote. And I always thought it was a really great way to think about choosing your journey, choosing the purpose, your path, your vision. If we are charging you to become an awakened leader, as I know I am, because everyone has something they can awaken to lead others in, then you need to kind of ask yourself a question. And Howard Thurman's quote is one of the best. The quote is, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it." Because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. Right? That is what we need in life. We need people who are alive. This book isn't entitled, Sleeping Leaders or Leaders Who Lie. This is Awakened Leaders. And that's because we have stood up and taken our opportunity to stand in the spotlight and be the one, right? And we are inviting you to do the same. And so, what makes you come alive? What lights you up, fills you full, allows you to stay ignited even when things get rough, things don't go exactly the way you thought? What keeps you going? That brings you up. And that is what you need to be doing in the world, because you, alive, lit up, is exactly what we need, whatever that is. I'm not going to say we need more people to do this or be this or whatever. What I'm saying is be more you, right? So when I was working on this chapter, I decided that this is why I need to tell this story now. We need to tell the story of the journey so that you can understand. If I'm standing here looking sparkly, feeling all like, yeah, then you have to understand that I did have to go. I have to take my own journey to get there. And that's what my chapter is about. I'm not going to tell you what's in it because, I want you to read it. But I do want you to understand that you are unable to be limited. And it is the word that is my favorite word. That word is illimitable. illimitable, illimitable. That means you are unable to be limited. So if you are believing in your limits, that means you are literally seeing something that doesn't exist. Limits don't exist. It's so believe that you have everything available to you. Know that you are here to be lit up, awakened, on fire as you, because we need you to walk your path, be inspired by these stories within this book, and find your vision, find your way to illimitability. I am so grateful that I got to spend this time with you, and thank you. Yay!
Sorry, Robyn. Sorry about that. We're getting some comments, and I wanted to put the comments on the screen, but I'll do things one at a time. Let's give her a round of applause, ladies. Fantastic. I was looking at, we've got the amazing Kathleen Michaels-Brader says, Robyn, you are amazing. She was giving you some high fives from cyberspace out there. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for tuning in with us. And thank you for all those thumbs up that everybody is giving us and all those hearts that everybody is giving us on Facebook right now. Thank you so, so, so much. Dr. Beth, what did you think of that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad she went first. I feel so much more lit up and ready to shine and illimitable. Now that Robyn has owned her goddessness, I'm okay owning America's teenologist. I think I'm playing small, Robyn.
You are illimitable, Dr. Beth. I can attest to that. I love that word.
Loved it, Robyn.
Thank you.
Awesome. Diana, what did you think?
I'm right there with everyone else. I was already so eagerly anticipating April 20th, but now I'm like dying to see this chapter. So
I know. What our audience doesn't know is a lot of the authors haven't read each other's chapters yet. They've only had sneak peeks because we wanted to keep everybody engaged in the whole process and everything. Oh my gosh, look at this. What? I don't know what wash hands means, but yes, we better wash our hands. Look at Rhea is with us. Rhea is also one of our authors from the book. It's wonderful to have her sending out some message. And look, we have Alan Grenwolf is also sending you guys some love here. Let me get his let's get his on the screen here. I'm having a hard time getting these things on and off the screen. There we go. Oh, okay, there we go. Alan says, fantastic, so full of energy. Yes, Alan, I totally concur. In fact, she is illimitable, if you don't mind my saying. Love, love, love it. So thank you so much, Robyn. You can see that everybody's already leaning in and really wanting to take part. I want to remind everybody that the book is due out April 20th. And you can get your copy on April 20th, maybe April 21st, we don't know yet, but you can get your copy for only $1.99 on the Kindle platform. I know it's crazy, right? But you can get all of 15 chapters from the book, and only on that day you'll get it for $1.99. So everybody, make sure to keep watching social media and keep watching our lives so that you can be notified when you can get your copy for $1.99. Okay, so much excitement. Oh my goodness. Are we ready to move on? I cannot wait to hear the next speaker. So ladies, I'm just going to get all my ducks in a row, and I am going to introduce the fabulous Dr. Beth. Oh, what can I say about it? .com. Dr. Beth, I just love you so much. We've been friends for quite a while, and you were also part of the last book, Empowered Self-Care. That was so powerful, and it's so great to have you on board with this group as well. I love your chapter. As usual, you keep it totally real. You don't hold anything back. In fact, Robyn might commend me for saying, you are illimitable.
I love
Anyway,
it.
yeah, Dr. Beth, we'd love to have you just talk to us for about 10 minutes about your chapter, your process. What made you step forward as an awakened leader at this time? I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Beth. You have 10 minutes. We'd love to hear what you have to share.
All right. Thank you so much, Aeriol. You are the hostess with the mostest. You are so amazing how you have pulled and wrangled all of us wild and crazy awakened leaders together. So I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity to be in yet another book with you. So, why did I join the Awakened Leader? I will tell you why. In 2018, I was in front of 60 people and we had to stand up on stage and declare, I am an awakened leader. And mine was, I am an authentic, powerful, feminine world leader. I am an authentic, powerful, feminine world leader, 2018. And this book, we're now in 2021 when I started doing this, and it was like, and I have a big, huge poster right above my desk in my office. And every day I have been attempting to live into that belief about myself. And I claim it, I own it. And the title of my book is called, the title of my chapter is called Owning My Leadership Story. So, funny story about owning my leadership story. I was writing and journaling and getting started with this thing with Aeriol, and probably it was at the last ninth hour. I don't know, down to the wire. Had a lot of things that were going on at the same time, and one of the things was dun da da da. I had a spot on my breast right when I needed to show up and be an awakened leader. And there have been so many times I have felt like I'm a total loser, I'm a failure, I'm a fraud. And in the middle of this 2018, when I was stepping into this greatness of mine, this authenticity of mine, I thought, I just don't even know how much further I can go. And I hired a coach to help me become this authentic, powerful, feminine world leader, invested 40,000, ended up losing 60,000. And I also happened to sign up for a TV show. Once a month, every month, I had to show up and be authentic, powerful, feminine world leader. And I was not feeling it. And so there was a point in time I was writing all of this, and I sent this note to my mom, and I was so proud of what I had written. And she said in the most loving way, Beth, talk about how you've saved lives. Talk about how everyone loves you. You're airing your dirty laundry. Don't tell everybody all this negative stuff. And I so love and appreciate my mom for attempting to protect me from myself. However, the message that I receive, and by the way, I'm so grateful to all the other parents that try to protect their children. And the message I received was, it's not okay to be me. It's not okay to be authentic. It's not okay to be my version of femininity, which is not necessarily in a dress, which is not necessarily, the way my prom queen, adorable, brilliant mom made life. And so how do I find my voice, my truth? So I'm in this catastrophic time. I have this spot that I see, and I actually need to write a new chapter because I'm still alive. It was cancerous. I did make it through radiation. I'm still going through the whole journey. And I am practicing, how do you do life even in the triumph of a war, the triumph of the pandemic, the triumph of health concerns, the triumph of, the catastrophic, the crises and all the things that we're all going through. So I have a tool, and it's called the 10 Keys to Compassion. So I took myself through this tool, and this is what my chapter is all about. How I authentically, in my feminine world leadership, stepped into being a leader when I was probably one of the scaredest times I've ever had in my life. And how do I step in and own this? And how do I listen to the different parts of myself? So I give a specific example. I give you journaling of authentic, raw, and real. And one of the things that I was really harping on was other authentic, spiritual, powerful leaders. And one of the things that I was kind of pushing some of my spiritual leader friends is, if I feel it, if you see it in me, mirror, 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 mirror. How about if we all own all of it? How about if all of us are willing to see what we see in another, transform it, love it, find it in ourselves, so that we can all vibrate up. We can all become the goddesses of joy like Robyn, and we can all become that true love for each other. And if there's ever been a time we need to light up and shine and bring love instead of hurt and pain and fear and terror, all of you that are aspiring to be awakened leaders like we are, and owning your awakened leadership like we are, this is your time. I double dog dare you. Step up and shine. Thanks, Kathleen. I'm so glad to be in this book with you. Cannot wait to read everybody else's chapter as well. And I just want to give you the Cliff Note version. This is how I roll. So the way I roll is, this is the point of my book. To get from the chapter that it is to know that you are not alone. So whatever you're going through right now, choose your focus. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Enroll people in the story of what you want people to see about you and everybody around you. And tell the story that is one that you want to live into. Tell the story that you hope and pray you are right about. So my story is, I am an authentic, powerful, feminine world leader. And so are each and every one of you. So I thank you for the opportunity to shine. I thank you for the opportunity to show up. I double dog dare you to read this book, read this chapter, and step into the 10 keys to compassion. Own your stuff. Thanks, Aeriol. Let's do it.
Dr. Beth, you rule. We love you, Dr. Beth. You can see I was popping on some of the comments. We've got wonderful things. Body, mind, soul. We love you, Dr. Beth. And we've got all of our authors popping on. You saw Kathleen's comments. We're getting all kinds of hearts on here for you, Dr. Beth. It's just beautiful. You're so inspiring. Dr. Beth, you're like inspiring on 2 feet. There's no other word for you.
I give Robyn all the credit.
It is because of Robyn. It is because of Robyn. And don't forget Rhea. It's because of Rhea, too. Look, she's sending us some little hearts and some roses.
Yes, Rhea. Yes.
So inspiring. We love, love, love it. What did you think, Diana? What did you think of Dr. Beth's presentation?
And you can tell the truth.
Of course I would. Of course. I'm totally inspired. There were so many things you said that I was actually jotting down notes, because I was like, I have to remember this for later. But light up and shine. And really, I think the message of just being your authentic leader, the authentic leadership to your own style, was kind of the core message I took away. And I'm again, really eager to read it. And now that I've been double dog dared, I feel like I have to, because I'm just going to step down from that.
And I'm looking for double dog dares back, Diana. Looking for it.
Yeah, Dr. Beth loves to double dog dare, and she has lit my fire a couple times. She's been known to get me riled up a couple times with some of her double dog dares. What did you think? Robyn, you got everybody all jazzed up. Look at that effect that you have on everybody. What did you think of Dr. Beth's presentation?
Dr. Beth doesn't need any lighting of any fires. She is a firecracker herself. So I didn't need to. However, what I loved was that tell the story you want to live into. That was the thing, right? Like, that is how you be authentic and live authentically. I was like, yes. I was snapping and hollering. It was good. I was off stage because I was being noisy.
Well, I love it. I love it. I can feel you.
Awesome. Awesome. This is just so great, ladies. Ladies, I want to share something with you. I want to share with you just some of the impact that we're already having. Here is a review that we got for a preview copy. Awakend Leaders inspires us all to step more fully into our gifts, stretch our leadership wings, awaken to our full potential, and shine. I can see that we are accomplishing all of that now. And what beautiful words from our publisher, Rebecca Hall Grider, the CEO of RHG Media Productions. I thought you guys would be excited to see what impact we're already having with our book project. Let's see, do we have any more? It looks like some other comments are coming in as well. Oh, it's Russ. Hi, Russ. How are you? Live your authentic life. Yes, with happiness and joy. Do it 100%. We couldn't agree with you more, Russ. Thanks for chiming in. We love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies, are you ready? Diana. I know, this is going so fast. I can't believe it. I've been waiting for this day. I've been so excited to be here with you all. And now we're on our final speaker. So I will go ahead and I'm going to get everybody out of the picture just for a moment. Well, don't worry, ladies. We'll be right back with you. And I just want to introduce everybody to the fabulous Diana Pohle. Now, I have to spill the beans here, Diana, because I want everybody to know that if you think that Diana is especially beautiful and reminds you a little bit of me, I'm just kidding. That was my shameless plug there. Diana is not only an amazing author in our book, but she's also my cousin. And I keep telling everybody that when I was, I think I was 12 years old when you were born, Diana. I shouldn't age myself in public like this, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I want to tell everybody. And Diana, over the years, has said to me so many times, "Oh, I look up to you so much, Aeriol, and I'm so proud of you." And I always say this, and I say it to her, and I want to say it to everybody in front of God and everybody here. If I am half as good a person as Diana is on a bad day, then I'm doing all right. I really think that she always shows excellence and love and care, and she's just always going the extra mile. And I really, really appreciate that about you. And I'm so proud to have your chapter in among these awakened leaders. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to bring that forward. And our grandmother would be very, very proud of you. Okay, without further ado, I'm just gushing. All right, I'll stop gushing. Sorry, everybody. I just needed my moment, okay? Okay, so I'm super proud, and I can't wait to hear from you. And your chapter is absolutely beautiful. It was really an honor to be able to work with it and to help you bring that story forward. I can't wait for the audience to hear a little bit about what I'm going on about. So, Diana, I'm just going to turn this over to you and let you tell everybody why you thought it was a good time to step forward as an awakened leader and what they can expect to hear in your chapter. So take it away, my dear.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aeriol. I think I might be bright red now from all of those great things you said. And I have to say that you are an inspiration to me. And so being a part of this is extra special for all of those reasons. But also just because the mission of this beautiful collective book that you put together just is really a tremendous needed discussion at this point in time. I think in the way that the world is right now, having people step forward as awakened leaders is just so critical. So to all of the friends that have joined online or will view later, I do want to just say a little bit about myself, so you know who I am and what I'm sharing about. I'm just going to put up a few slides real fast. And Aeriol, I might need some help for the sharing feature if I can get some tech support real fast. There we go. Excellent. So I just to give you a little bit of background on me, I am someone who works in business. I am an instructor. Have a variety of different jobs that I've held. And so stepping up into a leadership capacity from a business perspective has typically been something I've thought of. But as this potential to join this particular book came about, I really felt that there was a need to speak about being a leader in a broader way. And it helped me actually think through how we show up as leader in a lot of different facets, and how in all of those different facets we become stronger and better by letting some blurring of the lines exist. And really a core part of my identity is being a mom. And so as I think now about becoming an author, and I think now about some of the other roles and hats that I wear, my role as a mom is one in which has changed the view in which I look at the entire world. And so as I was thinking about what I would love to share with all of you in terms of being an awakened leader, that was really something that I wanted to lean into as I was thinking about this particular story. And so I'd love to unveil that the title of my chapter is The Transformative Power of Family. And the picture that I'm sharing here is my beautiful, beautiful family. These are my kids, not much of kids anymore. They're all getting quite grown. But the story that had been on my heart to share was really about what I've learned from having all of them as a part of my life, and the journey of motherhood that has really helped me be better in how I show up in the community and how I show up at work, and hopefully has some lessons that will be beneficial to all of you. I'd like to share a little bit about how this transformative journey unfolded for me. As many of us know, even just watching the news today, the world is a messy, messy place. And even just watching the news over the last several days of what's going on in the Ukraine right now has some very strong parallels for me, because many, many years ago, I was watching very similar news stories about the conflict in Syria that was transpiring, and many, many children that needed families and help and assistance as they were being orphaned due to these terrible conflicts and awful wars that hopefully will have an end in the very near term. And it was at that moment that I just felt this very strong calling that my family was meant to grow, and that my family was meant to grow through perhaps unconventional means. And I knew that there were children out there that belonged in my heart and in my home, and began to seek out what would be the way and in which to find a way to those children. And I don't think I ever could have anticipated how that story would have unfolded. It's definitely a thread through the entire chapter that I will share with you in Awakened Leaders. And I hope that you find an interesting journey to hear as well. But what's really most profound in this story for me is the lessons that I've learned along the way, and how it's impacted me by having this most amazing family that I have today. And the first really was a lesson of trusting in the divine. I know that there is a bigger plan in the world, and it's just something that I'm very certain of. And that calling that I had in observing that news story so many, many years ago was one that, when I look back in hindsight, I know for a fact I was being led to a greater purpose, because I know this family that I have was meant to be. I think as I look back on it now, one of the big lessons that I write about in the chapter is just by trusting in our gut, trusting in that we will be guided to those decisions if we meditate and pray or evaluate our life circumstances, is something that is an incredible theme in my overall story and what I share with you here. The other component that I highlight in the chapters is learning about no longer glorifying the doing, And one of the things that was really a big lesson to me in this life journey here was about stepping away from being so busy to focus on the things that matter. And you can certainly see in looking at the picture I've shared with all of you here that knowing what my priority is was pretty obvious, right? I mean, just look at them, like they're amazing. And so being able to step back and recognize that there were a lot of things that were pulling my energy away from what was most important, and that I needed to focus on the things that truly, truly mattered, was something that became very, very apparent. And in doing so, I've learned to not only have that as a way of protecting the peace in my home, but also protecting the peace of my heart and protecting how I lead in the workplace and in the community as well. Not signing up for too many things, but being very intentional about the work and the things that I choose to do so that I show up as my best self in all of the places that I've committed to being. My chapter also goes on to talk about assuming positive intent. And this is a topic that, has been in business books, that has been shared with me for years and years and years. And I struggled a little bit to understand exactly what that meant for a long time, because of course we show up and think people are bringing their best selves. But I've learned that this world is full of a lot of fear. And you can see even looking at pictures of my family, we don't all look the same. And we're not all the same. There's a lot of differences, right? But a lot of people and assessing like the choices my husband and I were making to grow our family in this unconventional means expressed a lot of fear. Well, what if this happens? Or what if this person does this thing? Or what if it puts your other children at risk? And a lot of that could have eked its way into our concerns and maybe stopped us from doing something that would have been so wonderful. And I think that the biggest aha for me in assuming positive intent is that one of my children actually became a part of our family because he connected with me from a refugee camp all the way in Ethiopia and sent me messages on a regular basis through Facebook Messenger of all things saying, I need you to be my mom. And I don't know how all the stars aligned to bring this young man into my life. And I thank God every day that he knew before I even did that he needed to be a part of this family and that we needed to make that happen. But assuming positive intent and being willing to take some risk to put yourself out there, I think is a really amazing thing when we can set aside the fear and really lean into love and assuming good intentions overall. I think that also leads into a lot about the importance of appreciating differences. And you can see me here in this picture with two of my boys. I'm in this picture wearing a traditional dress from Eritrea that's called a zuria. Certainly my family has evolved in a lot of ways. We have Catholics, Muslims, Orthodox Christians all sitting at the same dinner table in this house. And certainly a lot of other cultural and traditional values that come along with the different religions and other things as well. And it's not just enough to say that it's okay for someone to be that, but to really authentically understand who they are and what's important to them and show that what they are is valued is something that is not only important in our own individual families and how we show up for our neighbors and our communities, but also how we show up for the teams that we lead in our workplaces as well. And my family is always a very good reminder of that, because every time I think I've got a good handle on just how similar everyone is, I learned very quickly that even with a family of 9 kids, that not one personality is the same, and everyone brings such unique gifts to the table, and it's important to know what those are. The other thing that I wanted to highlight and I talk about in my chapter is the importance of coaching and not controlling. The photo I'm sharing with you here is of one of my boys right before he just headed off to join the Marine Corps in boot camp earlier in 2021. And certainly was not the path that I would have chosen as his mom in this very conflicted world right now. But he's off leading his own best life. And he's doing that because he's been empowered by coaching along the way, as opposed to having a tremendous amount of rules. And a wonderful story that I love to share is one of my boys had come from a situation where he was used to having a lot of very strict rules provided to him. And in growing a family, particularly with a bunch of teenagers, it's really a time to provide the guardrails and the safety, but not necessarily steer everybody in a particular direction. Too specifically. And he came to the house and he said, you know what, this isn't working for me. We need to know who's doing the dishes on what day. And we need all these things. And so he marched into the room where most of my boys were and said, we're going to make family rules. And they marched him into the hallway and showed him the sign that we have of family rules that may not show up very well here, but it's a pretty simple one. Love your family, share, have fun, laugh together. And they said, these are our family rules. We're not signing up for who does dishes and when. And it just, again, reinforces for me the importance of ensuring that you have the right boundaries in place, but allowing people, especially those that we love and those that we are responsible to in work and community and elsewhere, to have the freedom to make their own choices. And so I write about all of these things and more in my chapter. I have found that this journey of parenthood has been one of a great transformation of my heart in being a more awakened leader. And in my chapter, I lay out my tips for how you can lead authentically through love and be the change that you wish to see in the world. I hope that they're useful tips to you, and hope that you'll connect with me if you have any interest in learning more about my family or how it's grown or the lessons that I've learned along the way. So Aeriol, with that, thank you so much for the time. I look forward to chatting a little bit more with you and all the authors.
You are gorgeous. We love you so much, honey. Let's get these authors on here. I want to show you. I didn't want to interrupt her while she was on a roll. We got a couple nice, we got some really nice feedback for you here, my dear. Ria's here again. Love, peace, and family is all our world needs. Boy, I'll second that emotion. And Diana, I got to tell you, I'm tearing up. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. I get so emotional. I'm so just blown away by your passion and just so absolutely proud of what you're doing and so in an alignment with what you're doing. Kathleen, one of our other authors who's watching out there, thank you, Kathleen. Thank you so much for checking in of our speeches here. Says, Diana Pohle, I could listen to you speak forever. Your voice is calming and your chapter is going to be so exciting to read. Isn't that wonderful? What nice support. It's just so exciting that we can all come together as a community and support each other. And Ria and Kathleen, thank you so much. We got something from Russ here. Beautifully said and loving. Thank you so much, Russ. Oh, look, and our other author, Alan Grenwolf, love is why we are here. And you, Diana, have so much what is needed for us all. Congratulations on being such an inspiration. So Diana, just your 10-minute little spiel, they think they know you as well as I do. And they don't. You're even better than that. I got to tell you folks, she's even better than that. I know, it's hard to believe. Dr. Beth, what do you think of my beautiful cousin?
Oh my gosh, Diana, I had chills. Like, some people talk it and you walk it. I mean, wow. I'm absolutely blown away. And I can't wait to know you more. I can't wait to read your chapter. And I'm so grateful you're on the planet right now with me. So much gratitude.
Awesome. I really think that there is a lot of potential, Dr. Beth, for you and Diana to connect, and your mission statements and so many of the things that you two are doing are very much in alignment. So in my perfect world, you guys would connect even more, and we can all be the change that we want to see here. Robyn, what did you think of this illimitable young woman with 9 kids, right?
9 kids. Like I kept looking at the pictures like, wait, no, that can't be what's happening. And how wonderful. It was just so wonderful, just to know, I have a niece who's my sister and brother-in-law adopted, and we always say that she has no idea what a gift that was, like hopefully like she gets older and she realizes that like how different her life is because of it, because of that choice that people made about including her in our lives. And you have given the gift of you to all of these wonderful young people, and I'm so excited for the people that they are becoming based on the fact that they had you as their mom. That's like legit. Like, whenever I meet people, like I when I get like that, I'm like, oh man, these are going to be some really good people. I'm so excited for them. I'm so excited to have them in the world. So thank you for
They
listening to
are
your
going to
heart.
be super great people, just
They
absolutely
already
amazing.
are. I think
They
I just
are.
spoiled with the really great ones, but I think I'm the spoiled one in the equation.
And that's why they're so lucky. The assumptive possibility, the assumptive close. You have a story that they're living right into. What a gift. What a gift. Thanks
Absolutely
for
a
sharing it.
gift. We have a last one. Oh, yeah. Kathleen has another. So wonderful hearing from all of us today. Thank you so much. Yes, we will see you soon. Kathleen, you're up pretty soon. We do have these talks. They'll be going on every single Thursday. We will be going live at 4 o'clock on all of our various affiliated platforms. What I would love to do now, I think I have one more. Hang on one second. I think I already read that one. I would love to read another just wonderful, wonderful bit of feedback that we got. Another review that we have in Awakened Leaders is a timely read for anyone heeding the call of their soul to wake up and reclaim their rightful place on earth. That's Wendy Lee Baldwin Hargett. She is a best-selling author and a personal growth mentor. Also one of our authors from the Empowered Self-Care book that came out early in 2021, an amazing book of 25 authors. We really had a lot of success with that one, and hopefully we're going to have equal success with the Awakened Leaders book as well. One more review. I love this one. A poignant collection of stories. After reading, I found myself feeling encouraged, aware, and understood. Ladies, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? I think that's really what we are after. And that one there from Shelby Cotterman, also a best-selling author, speaker, and a healing artist. So ladies, what I want to do is I'm just going to go around the room one by one and ask you to give us just a little takeaway, little wrap up, a juicy little something something for our audience before we kick off. Dr. Beth, would you like to give us a little something something?
Let's do it. Let's do it. How about this one? I'm willing to be wrong about everything in order to have it all.
Ooh.
Nice. Willing to be wrong about everything. Yep, I love that about you, Dr.
To have
Beth.
it all.
I love that about you, Dr. Beth. I love that you're willing to give it all up just to keep moving forward and to live into your greatness like you do. It's such an amazing...
Yeah, relationship over righteousness. Let's bring this thing together, baby. Let's bring it together. Show each other some love. We can be different and still love each other as we see with Diana.
Awesome. So how about you, our illimitable goddess of joy? What golden nugget can you leave us with today?
So this is what I'm going to leave you with today. We all have a journey. Yours is yours. Mine is mine. We are all stars of our own stories. And no matter what challenges life brings, you can always count on your powerful spirit to keep you going. I said that Ah! I said that in my book.
Robyn and I were having a great conversation yesterday, and we were talking about how good is it when you start quoting yourself, right? It's awesome. We are so privileged to have you in our wonderful group of authors, Robyn. Thank you so much for all of the light that you bring. And Diana, do you have any closing thoughts for our audience today?
I do, but I'm going to have to be shameful and borrow it from somebody way smarter than me. So there's an Anne Frank quote that says, "How wonderful it is that no one need wait a single moment to change the world." And really a call to step into things soon and fast. And I think that what's wonderful about this book, Awakend Leaders, is that it gives us some tools to be able to think about how we might focus on changing things in ourselves or changing things in the broader world. And we'll have that kind of at our fingertips with some inspired ideas in order to make that happen.
Fantastic. Love you, sweetheart. Very good. All right, everybody. That's pretty much a wrap for today. I'd say that our first live stream for the Awakend Leaders book talks is pretty darn good. Ladies, you were fantastic. I love and adore all of you. I really believe in your power, and I really do believe that together we can change the world. All right, everybody.
Aeriol, mirror, mirror.
Thanks, Dr. Beth. Thank you so much. And don't forget, everybody, our book is coming out on the 20th. You're going to want to stay tuned to all of our live streams and stay tuned for instructions on how to get your copy for only $1.99. It is amazing. Okay. Okay, ladies, I'm going to take everybody out. Thank you so much for all your shocked faces and all of those things. Everybody, we are so grateful that you spent some time with us today. Angel, thank you so much. We love you. Thank you so much for checking in with us today. And remember, everybody, be good to yourselves. Take good care of yourselves and be the change that you want to see. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.